This is my 6th season at the Oarweed. Clearly, I needed to show a little bias. But even so, it's definitely worth an episode. We serve lunch and dinner from 11 a.m. till roughly 8 o'clock at night, and you just can't beat this view. Find us at the end of the marginal way on the right-hand side, right in Perkins Cove.
Sure, my name is Jeff, and I'm the host.
You are the host. You're also one of 4 owners, is that correct?
I wear one of 4 owners, yep. I'm the only one up front, and the rest of the guys are always in the kitchen.
Everybody thinks they know Jeff, but what do we really know?
I started working at the Oarweed in the summer of 1981, and I've been here ever since.
And you started as
just as a waiter. Actually, I was in the first group of service that they allowed guys to wait on tables. So there were 3 of us that first summer, and before that there had been no males, just all girls. So yeah, all the girls wore pink and white shirts, and the boys had to wear blue and white check shirts. So way back.
Way back when?
Way back when it was Johnny's Oarweed.
Every morning we set up the salt and peppers and napkins and sugars.
This is Jeff being lazy and not wanting to actually take the tray outside.
No comment.
Apparently the Oarweed is a difficult name for some people.
We hear a lot. The Oarwood. The Oarwood. The Oarweed. Oarhouse. Oarhouse is a great one. Seaweed.
Seaweed.
I think there's weed.
The Oakwood.
The ocean, yeah. The ocean.
The ocean.
That's about it.
Every server has a few key phrases of their own.
Katie, what's your favorite thing to eat at the Oarweed?
I'm a big fan of the baked lobster hold the shell. It's equivalent to the meat you'd find in a 1.5 pound lobster baking in warm butter. The work's all done for you. You can't go wrong.
Katie, what's your favorite thing to drink at the Oarweed?
Oh, the rum punch for sure. I could drink those all day.
Now we know what Oarweed is, but how did the Oarweed start?
Sure. The history of the Oarweed that I know is the Oarweed was built in 1962, originally as a lobster barn, and they just housed lobsters. In the summer of '63, it opened as like a lobster takeout, and then it evolved into a restaurant and grew with a porch and adding on porches, and then porches were covered, and then windows were put around the porches, and here we are today, looking like we are.
This week's local tip is less of a tip and more of a fun fact. The Oarweed Restaurant is one of few restaurants still around that doesn't use a computer system. Every order is hand done in this kitchen.
My name is Bud, and I've been an owner for 28 years.
Can you tell me what it was like when you first started working here?
I was young and crazy.
And crazy? That's what it was like when you first started?
Yes.
Can you tell me about who originally owned the Oarweed?
It was started 40 years ago by a man named John Maxwell who rented the building from Oarweed.
Okay. And how many owners did it go through before it got to you?
3.
3? And what year did it start?
1962.
And can you talk a tiny bit about how it's changed since then?
We've expanded. The original seating was just an open front with about 40 seats. We've expanded over the years to 250 seats at present.
Wow. Do you have a favorite Oarweed memory from working here for so long?
No.
We have a lot of great food, but what don't we have?
Sean, what are some things that people have asked for at the Oarweed that we just plain don't have?
I get some crazy questions quite often. The number one thing would definitely be French fries. We have no fried food, which is kind of sad, but also good because I'd be a lot fatter if we did.
In the middle of my filming, I ran into a slight technical problem. No one wanted to sit outside, and the inside of the restaurant was empty too. Sometimes in New England, the weather has a lot to do with whether you're making money that day or not. And without any customers, we at the Oarweed get a little bit stir-crazy.
Just singing in the rain, what a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds.
Unfortunately, because of the inclement weather, I am making this a two-part webisode series. So the first part that you already saw, and part 2 of OGTtv, the Oarweed Restaurant, to come out on Tuesday. So check back then, and you'll see interviews with customers at the restaurant and a little bit more of a taste of what it's like here at the Oarweed when things are bustling on a weekend in the summer.
My face, I'll walk down the lane with a happy refrain, just singing, singing in the rain.